All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
Eat it on WZMQ19.com and the 19 News app.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Michigan lawmakers are able to agree on a new Michigan wage law affecting paid sick time for employees in the state. Plus, the Trump administration is floating the idea of returning discovered funds through Doge back to American taxpayers. We'll have the details. And we hear from the prosecuting attorney in Delta County how the courts decide what bond to give defendants. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking out the planner for Marquette. Things are going to be chilly for today, as those southwesterly winds will allow some of the skies to clear out, hence will be dropping into the lower teens in the grand scheme of things here. And most of the rest of the Upper Peninsula in the lower to mid-teens as well. Partly cloudy skies, pretty tranquil night across the region. The forecast into the rest of the weekend coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. At the state capitol, Governor Whitmer has signed new tipped wage and earned sick time acts into law. Lawmakers worked late last night, coming to a final agreement on the bills and passing them just in time to avoid an old 2018 law from taking effect. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has a rundown of the final acts that are now state law.
Lawmakers have spent the past 6 months working on legislation to override an old 2018 tipped wage and earned sick time law. After a long night of negotiations, the bills were finally presented to the governor at 1:30 this morning, just in time for their Friday deadline.
You know, that's negotiation. Everybody has to talk, and I think the landing spot we gave gives a little bit of a runway for those small businesses and provides greater flexibility.
The final tipped wage law sets minimum wage at $12.48 an hour and tipped wages at 38% of that. Lawmakers came to an agreement on the Wage Act quickly, but spent most of last night waiting for senators to agree on small business carve-outs in the Earned Sick Time Act.
I can only speak for our side, and I would say that you will see us be decisive, you will see us be transparent, you will see us put messages out about what we're doing and why we're doing it. The question is will the same behavior come out of the other chamber?
At the end of the night, lawmakers agreed Michigan employers will be required to provide full-time workers with 72 hours of paid sick time up front, or 40 hours for new businesses in their first 3 years of operation and small businesses with 10 or fewer employees.
This is the first trial balloon of divided government, and I think we can say that House Republicans really delivered for the people of the state of Michigan.
The law was signed by the governor earlier today, but will take effect retroactively. This means employers won't be responsible for adhering to the 2018 law for the 13 hours it was in place. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In Washington, a new concept being floated by the Trump administration could put more money in your pockets. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon explains how the administration is looking to pass along some of the savings from its Department of Government Efficiency, known as Doge.
This week, the Trump administration said it's considering sending checks to every taxpayer using savings from the Department of Government Efficiency.
There's even under consideration a new concept where we give 20% of the Doge savings to American citizens.
20% of Doge savings would be divided among American taxpayers, and 20% would be used to pay down the more than $35 trillion in national debt. The concept is nothing new. During the pandemic, relief payments totaling $814 billion were distributed. Critics of the direct payments say it drove up inflation and believe Doge dividend checks would do the same. But Trump's top economist says otherwise.
When the government spends a lot, that's what creates inflation. We learned that from Joe Biden. And so if we reduce government spending, then that's, reduces inflation. And if you give people money, then they're going to save a bunch of it. And when they save it, then that also reduces demand and reduces inflation.
Some experts see it as a good PR move for a new department that has faced intense scrutiny. Democrats continue to bash Trump and Elon Musk over the administration's federal employee buyout, hiring freeze, and large-scale layoffs.
instead of all of the focus being on the cuts and people losing their jobs, they're going to try to turn this around and say, hey, look, all of this waste, fraud, and abuse, we're returning back to you, the taxpayer, and that's going to turn it into a much more positive argument.
Dr. Todd Belt is bullish on a DOGE dividend, citing a similar concept by former President George W. Bush in 2001. As for how much it could put in your pocket,
taxpayers got $1,400 from the stimulus back when we had the coronavirus. I would think it would have to be something in that range, if not higher.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
In the wake of recent drug-related arrests, many Delta County residents are voicing concerns about the way bond is determined. According to the Delta County prosecutor, bond is set by the court. The prosecution makes a recommendation based on the person's criminal history, the severity of the charges, and the strength of the case. The defense also makes arguments, often based on the defendant's community and family ties. The court cannot set a bond amount on the basis of unproven allegations.
It's kind of a hard thing for a lot of people who are not involved in the criminal justice system to wrap their head around, is that it's not meant to be a punishment. You are innocent until you're proven guilty. And so the intent is for that person to appear in court and that person not to be a continued danger to the community.
Wickman says the prosecutor's office advocates for cash bonds in all drug-related cases. Your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio is coming up after the break. Plus, NMU's Peak Week wraps up with alumni coming to explain how the university has helped them with their careers. And later, the Upper Goddess returns to show us the diet she has put in place for her dogs in order to keep them strong and healthy. We're back in 2 minutes.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Spend your Sundays on CBS.
So what's this all about? My team and I work on unusual cases.
What was it about acting?
Oh, man.
Someone wants you dead.
Nothing good comes without risks. Everyone who comes into this clinic is a puzzle. Solve the puzzle to save the patient.
I know you're scared. I'm here to help.
We will always be family.
Let's go solve the mystery.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
The Shunk's Big Winter Sale. I've expanded our selection of American-made reclining furniture. Every one of these reclining groups come with 20 different fabric choices, and you still get the sale price. Recliners? Wow, we have over 200 recliners in stock for you to choose from. Regular recliners, and power lift recliners, and they're all on sale. We have hundreds of chairs to choose from, high-leg recliners to stress-free chairs with matching ottomans. They're all on sale. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
As you check out the headlines for the Upper Peninsula and Marquette as we head on through the weekend. And overall, we're expecting a nice weekend in that we don't expect much in the way of precipitation. Temperatures will be moderating and we'll have some staying power this time as we will stay on the mild side through the middle of next week. Getting cooler by the end of next week, but that's at least we got a good 5, maybe 6 straight days of fairly decent temperatures compared to what we've had, courtesy of these general south to southwest winds into Saturday morning, and that will be ushering in some of that milder air. The winds get a little more variable by the end of the day, but overall, the air is too dry, too stable for any kind of precipitation. and you can see the wind chills are starting to modify a little bit more. Still cold, still staying in the single digits Saturday morning, then rising nicely as we head toward Saturday afternoon. So none of those minus teens or minus 20s. Don't see that happening for a while, but we're not out of the woods yet. It's still wintertime, and long term we could get another cold hit for next weekend. So let's enjoy this weekend with generally clear skies, mostly clear, high clouds this evening, and then clouds thicken up a bit. The cold air sometimes doesn't want to leave right away. The warm air, what we call, overruns it. And when we get that overrunning, the warm air not as dense. So when it goes higher, sometimes you can get some clouds with it. Not enough moisture for precipitation, though. But we'll keep the clouds hanging around through the rest of Saturday. Sunday, also kind of a similar situation. A lot of overrunning clouds, but not a lot of overrunning precipitation. That's certainly good news. So for tonight, maybe a few flurries here out toward Eagle Harbor, but the vast majority of you will have skies becoming partly cloudy and temperatures still cold, lower to mid-teens, or still in February. But that'll lead to some decent weather for tomorrow. Temperatures, many of you should be able to break or get just above the freezing mark, particularly along the Wisconsin border there. We see a lot of 34s there, Iron Mountain, Ironwood in the mid-30s. And Marquette, maybe we can hit the freezing mark as well, perhaps. If not, Sunday looks good with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. And temperatures will be in the mid-30s, maybe a few wet flakes of snow here, but generally partly sunny on Monday. Check it out, 43, that ain't bad. And we'll be in the mid-30s through Wednesday. Then it gets cooler, but not that Arctic cold that we've had from the past weekends here, but we will be dropping into the 20s at least on Thursday.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, 43 doesn't sound bad to me at all. As part of Peak Week, NMU alumni spoke at a panel today about how the university has shaped their careers. Earlier this morning, 4 successful alumni of the university shared their experiences since graduation. Entrepreneurial students and faculty were also able to engage with the speakers and ask for advice on ways to achieve their career goals.
9 of our 20 full-time staff are NMU grads because the quality of the education from this institution is amazing and absolutely worthy of space and doing the work that is necessary.
The Peak 25 conference finished off its week this afternoon. Tomorrow, a unique one-of-a-kind race returns to Marquette for the 32nd time. After the break, we're joined by the president of the Trinary Outhouse Classic Committee to tell us what to expect. That conversation is in 2 minutes.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-552-1961.
Of all shows, with the mother of all mothers, Miss Tina Knows. Everything stops for this woman, and she has a surprise for us. I love that. Plus, a 6-year-old with so much flow. On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6. A world at your fingertips gives you the advantage. Scan this right now. Weather, local news, community events, amazing video. It's cool. It's all yours. It's free. And it's on demand. Do it. Download the app from 19 News. Now you know.
Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. For the 32nd time, the Trinary Outhouse Classic race returns in a one-of-a-kind competition. Joining us tonight on Insight is President of the Trinary Outhouse Classic Committee, Stacy Rosinski. Stacy, hello.
Hi.
So, I don't know what an outhouse race is, Stacy. Please tell me what it is.
You kind of build an outhouse on skis with a wooden frame. People wrap it in cardboard or whatever they want. Lighter the better, and you race it down our 500-foot snow track.
All right, sounds great. Sounds like a pretty unique competition there.
It's crazy, I'm just telling you.
I feel like there's not a very pleasant ending for the outhouse at the end of the race, though, because this goes downhill, right?
No, not downhill at all. We're one straight track down Main Street. And fastest time wins. Everybody runs individually. We have 6 categories. They're all age bracketed. And fastest time wins.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, Stacy, I know nothing about it. So if I say something else dumb, please correct me.
You are missing out, sir.
Well, it'll be a great opportunity to catch you for the first time, it sounds like. Tell me about the competitors.
Well, we have, I like to call them little people, and I'm sorry if I do, but the kids, anywhere from 5 and over 50. So we break it up into 6 categories. It's like 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 17, 18 to 35, 36 to 49, and 50 and older. And fastest time wins, your individual. People create their own outhouses. Sometimes they go with the theme, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they dress up. It's wonderful and crazy. These people have imaginations and they come to have fun, and the crowd loves it.
And is there a theme for the whole race, or is it just individually people have their own themes?
I think people have their own themes. Like, we come up with a logo, different logo every year. This year's, it'll be a blast at the 32nd ever. I think it's one of our best designs we've had. Personally, that's my opinion. And I've been involved in this for 32 years, even our COVID non-outhouse classic. So I really love this logo, and I'm going to love this year. I'm just really excited to see what people are going to do. I do registration, I do the times, and I take pictures at the end of the track. Try not to get ran over by people, but it's
Sure.
It's a lot of fun.
And it's the 32nd one, as you mentioned. So just how has it grown over time since you've been there since the beginning?
You know, it's kind of weird because popular to begin with. We started off on a sidewalk. We graduated into the road. We've had thousands and thousands of people. I think our biggest crowd was over 3,000 people. Sometimes our smallest crowd is maybe 1,000 less. Last year, our gates took in 1,500 people. There's just a lot of people that come to enjoy it. People come from out of state. They come locally. They love this event. Sometimes it's their first one. It's just amazing. I'm just glad people actually love to come. It makes me happy.
Sounds like it if thousands are showing up. And real quick before we end, Stacy, let's let people know where the race start is and when it is.
We start at 2 o'clock, and we start, our track starts in town by our bars, and we end at the end of, starts at the north end, we end on the south end, by our fire hall. It's 500 feet. The kids don't have to push that far. First place for some people get $200. Second place is $100. I just want to mention that. Kids get $50. Second place gets $25. I'm really pushing for the kids to come. I think it's great for them if they do participate and show up. The last few years have been awesome. I want to put that out there. And it's just going to be a great time. Fur hat contest, mullet contest this year. And it's just fun to see. DJ Mike bumping up the tunes. It's going to be great.
Sounds great, Stacy. Thank you so much for coming on and letting me know at least how or what this is all about. Really appreciate it, and I will definitely try to come check it out myself. Thanks so much for coming on.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, too. We appreciate you wanting to know.
All right, thanks so much, Stacy. Coming up on Monday, we're joined by the Iron Ore Heritage Trail Authority's Bob Hendrickson to get an update on their latest projects. That conversation is only on 19 News Insights. Mike Ludlam brings us your sports headlines when we come back. He has a preview of Michigan Tech hockey's upcoming matchup against Ferris State. We'll be right back after this.
Looking for a night of action? CBS Fridays are the place to be.
Today is a fresh start. I'm ready for it.
The night starts with a new NCIS Sydney.
Trust your instinct.
I like that.
Then a new Fire Country.
Ready to claim my legacy as a firefighter.
Followed by an all-new SWAT.
Buckle up.
Let's show them how SWAT gets things done.
3 epic shows, all new episodes.
Can't beat it.
CBS Tonight, starting 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health. Bringing out the better in all of us.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
I'm Drew Carey from The Price is Right here on TV 19.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. And here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends February 28th. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The Michigan Tech Huskies are in 4th place in the CCHA with 4 regular season games remaining. Since Augustana is not playing the same number of games as everyone else in the league, each team's winning percentage is used to see who qualifies for the postseason tournament. Tech has a .561 percentage. Lake Superior State and St. Thomas are tied for 5th at .485. Now the Huskies host Ferris State this weekend. The Bulldogs are tied with Bemidji State for 7th at .439. Tech assistant coach Tyler Shalast says Ferris is trying to make Coach Bob Daniels' final year a good one.
Obviously, Coach Daniels is an unreal coach, and they're playing for him. They've had that surge. But really, this time of the year, with home ice on the line, national tournament berth on the line, and stuff like that, you should really expect to get every team's best. Eliminate time and space early, initially, manage pucks, and once again, I think if we can do that, then regardless of who we're playing, we're going to have success.
Face-off is about 40 minutes away. Saturday's game begins at 6:07. The Tech seniors will be honored after the contest. The Wildcats won't make the playoffs, but they can help the Huskies because St. Thomas stops at the Barry Event Center this weekend. NMU head coach Dave Shayak says the Tommies have improved in the second half of the season.
We've got a great opponent, St. Thomas, who's picked real high at the beginning of the year, and they're playing their best hockey in the second half real good team speed. I think they got 3 of their guys with 15 goals or more. Their power play is real good, so it's going to be a tough challenge for us. But, our goals coming in, as we've said all year long, guys, is continue to get better. And it's senior weekend. It's our last home series, so we want to play our best hockey this time of the year.
Face-off is at 7:07, senior night tomorrow. That ceremony takes place before the face-off at 6:07. There will be a live and silent auction for the gold Wildcat sweaters tomorrow night, numbers 1 through 33. Lake Superior State hosts first place Minnesota State this weekend. And congratulations to the Westwood girls bowling team. The team won the regional today down in Sheboygan and advanced to the state finals shortly. The Westwood boys were 4th. Kevin, back to you.
Mike, thank you. We all want to make sure our pets are eating right and staying healthy. Tonight, the Upper Goddess, Lori, tells us what kind of diet she has for her dogs.
Hi. We're talking about what we're feeding the dogs, eh, Dean?
Yep.
Are you guys hungry? Huh? Oh boy, they like that, hey? They literally sit and stare at me. But mid-December, we started feeding our dogs raw meat. So here's what we feed them. This is beef, and I buy this meat from Gordon's. So I get a 40-pound box of chicken legs and thighs, and this comes in a case of 6 tubes, so it's like 60 pounds of beef. But when I ended up buying a 1.5 horsepower grinder because this chicken is the bones and all, because they need the calcium from the bones. So, you can't give a dog cooked chicken bones, but the raw ones, they get nutrients out of. So you take your dog's weight and you multiply it by whatever percentage you want to give them. So it can go from either 2 to 3% of their body weight. So Cosmo eats about 2.5 pounds of food a day, and I feed him in the morning and at night. And Hope gets, she gets about 2 pounds, and she's growing right now too. So, and I also give them vitamin C, just a little sprinkle every week. I give them 5 drops of vitamin E, which I do that once a week. Once a week they get sardines, and these are like $1. They're not that expensive. And then about 3 times a week I give them an egg, because we got our own eggs, Adrian. So, and this stuff too is from Dr. Marty, and it's for the stomach, it helps them digest and stuff. And if you have a smaller dog, it's not going to cost you that much to feed your dog. It costs me probably about $300 every 12 weeks, so that's not too bad compared to what we were paying. So give it a try, and our dogs are way better, Hayden. Cosmo's ear infections have cleared up. I mean, they're just so excited to eat. I've never seen anything like it, so keep smiling.
Don't go away. Tom DeVecchio gives us an idea of our overnight temperatures and a final look at weather after this.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
Do you wonder if you can predict winning Michigan lottery numbers by knowing which numbers were drawn before? That's actually a myth. Truth is, no matter how many times the number has been drawn before, it has an equal chance of being drawn again. There's no way to know. So, know the facts. If it stops being a game, call the helpline or visit our website. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Want an investment guaranteed to make real money? 4 to 7% on your investment every month? You heard right. 4 to 7%, not per year, per month. That's mining automatic. You literally make money by mining Bitcoin. Secure because you're not speculating on crypto. You're creating crypto. You're a partner in the Bitcoin mine with possible huge tax advantages. Invest $25,000 or more and own a piece of a super efficient supercomputer that generates Bitcoin. That Bitcoin goes direct into your account twice every month, or deposit in US dollars if you want. And right now, yes, our Bitcoin miners average 4 to 7% return every month. Create Bitcoin. Create generational wealth. Why not learn more? Call 888-289-0067. Get the facts and the proof. Our ebook explains mining and the historic return rates. Call 888-289-0067.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
As you check out Futurecast, we're not looking at much in the way of precipitation. Partly cloudy to mostly clear skies tonight. And then we get to what we called earlier those overrunning clouds, but no precipitation really expected for Saturday. And that trend will continue into Sunday as the temperatures gradually modify. Lower to mid-teens for tonight, definitely a cold one tonight. But that'll lead to some milder air for tomorrow. Temperatures approaching the lower to mid-30s, similar temps on Sunday. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. And that's all we have for now. We'll see you all later tonight.